Hey guys, welcome to Ask Sam. We are live. Yes, I'm taking up the afternoon sessions at the moment, mainly because Jason is tackling those early mornings. And as I'm a bit of a bear when it comes to sleeping, I can't get out of bed. I'm here to do, I think, Ask Sam in the afternoon. So, not sure if too many people tune in the afternoons and go live. I can see a couple of people joining my live now, 4, 5. I'm sure it will pick up. But welcome, everybody. If you're tuning in live, you might have come last night to our mentoring program and had a bit of a good time. I hope you did. I certainly did. Hey, Isaac, thanks for the shout out. Hey, I wanted to talk today a little bit about making money. Obviously, real estate is a vehicle for asset creation. And one of the challenges with making money is it is a lot harder in the beginning than it is the end. I want to talk to you a little bit about how compounding wealth works and why really making your third or fourth million is just so much easier than actually making your first or second million. So I'm going to use some logic, easy percentage logic, so you can kind of comprehend where I'm going with this. And obviously, today in Australia, there's some quite detailed conversations around the idea the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. I think we've all heard that one in the news, and it's easy to kind of work out why rich people get richer quicker is because they fundamentally, when they acquire a lot of wealth, they don't need the market to move all that much to make an extra $1 million, extra couple of $1 million. And I'll explain to you why. So the first way we could look at it is if we had a $500,000 asset, we wanted to see that asset become worth $1 million, we would actually need 100% growth on that investment. Now, talk to any financial advisor, and I can assure you that getting 100% growth on something, it's going to take a period of time. And generally, I sort of coach that to get 100% outcome from real estate, probably going to need 15 years. Obviously, you can do all sorts of things to real estate. You can renovate it, develop it, but you're not going to make 100%. That's just not how it's going to work. You're going to need time to be your friend. So let's just take this example a bit further. And look, you can apply this to net worth. You can apply it to gross worth. You can apply it to asset allocation, but the principle is basically the same. If you had sort of $1 million worth of net worth and you wanted to create $2 million worth of net worth, you again need 100% result on your money. And again, this section here for many property investors is the toughest section because it takes time and there's really no way around it. I certainly haven't found a way around it. Certainly done some deals over the years that, might make me a quick 50 or 100 or $150,000, but not 100% in a short period of time. So why rich people get richer than poor people is it's like being in an aircraft. I liken it to being in an aircraft. You can imagine, you're in the plane and plane's taking off and the, why not draw that? That looks a bit sus, doesn't it? You go through the clouds and, it's shaking. This is where most people sit as property investors. And they don't get through the turbulence because, of course, when you've got $2 million worth of real estate and you want to make $1 million, all of a sudden You don't need 100% result on that real estate to make $1 million. You only need 50%. And of course, if you've got $3 million to $4 million, again, the percentage just comes down. So the more assets you acquire, the easier it becomes, to the point where really, 20% market movement or something like that will create you $1 million. And this is the big challenge for property investors. The tailwind of making money out of real estate comes much later. You can make bucket loads of money, millions of dollars just pile in, because the market doesn't have to do 100% to get you that milestone figure being $1 million. Now, quite often, and we coached this the other night, most people live in a need state. Some people, flirt around in a want state, and a dream state is a number. You take what you want to earn per annum in retirement, let's call it $100,000. You use rule 20, just times it by 20. That means you're going to need $2 million worth of real estate paid off to create $100,000 passive income. That's using the logic of a 5% return. However, one thing that is missing from this conversation is you've broken the turbulence barrier once you get to around $2 million, particularly of net worth. The simple reason is, to make an extra million, you do not need 100%. You just need 50%. And when you get to 3 million, again, to get to another $1 million in your bank account or in equity or in net worth, it diminishes. And obviously Einstein called it the magic of, compounding interest. But it's interesting because $1 million is a lot of money when you've got 5 million net worth. It's a lot of money when you got no net worth. But it's a lot easier to get to an extra $1 million every couple of years when you just need the market to do 20%. Quite often we hear stories of the market just growing by 20% in 1 year. Everyone's probably heard of those figures. Last year we got close to 20%. A lot of people who have been doing this a long time, being real estate investors for a long time, all made $1 million, no problem. So the challenge for people, and what most people struggle with, of course, is this bit. This bit is phase one of wealth building, and it's the hardest phase, because when you're a property investor, you buy the problem of time, and everyone's impatient. Everyone often doesn't like being a property investor so much when properties are doing nothing or going down in value that year and all sorts of things, because the problem you've got is time, plus you need 100% to kick yourself off. In fact, you kind of need 100% twice. Your first million, you need 100% of net assets. Your second million, you need 100%. And then you're, as people report, the rich get richer. Why? Because they don't need 100% to make $1 million out of the real estate marketplace. And obviously, the more you've got, the less you need the market to do a complete cycle to make millions out of real estate. And just think of that. Like, if you've got 10 million worth of real estate, 10%, that's $1 million. And the reality is that's happening for a lot of people right now, but it didn't happen overnight. What did they do 20 years ago? They got over the $2 million barrier, and now they're making money. So, little bit of a tip today. Hope that kind of makes sense. I know for a lot of people, quite often you feel like, it's a tug of war with this thing called wealth and property investment. but the longer you do it, the easier it gets. That's the reality of investing and the tailwind of it all. So good luck with your investing. Thanks for tuning in today. Catch you next time.